When your AC stops working, just call the experts at KS Services Heating and Air. They're fast and affordable. Right now, purchase any Bryant energy efficient system and save with 0% interest for 60 months with approved credit. It comes included with a 5-year labor warranty. And our fair price guarantee means that we will always give you 3 quotes for every situation. A good, better, and best. Call KS Services Heating and Air today. We roll on, whatever it takes.
This is the Weather Xtreme video, the afternoon edition for Friday, September 8th. Irma is the big story, but there are 2 other hurricanes off in the Atlantic Basin. Alabama's weather will be wet and windy on the eastern side of the state at some point next week. So a lot of questions. Let's see if we can provide some answers with this big, powerful hurricane. There's the overall picture. This is the water vapor satellite view, and there's troughing over the eastern U.S., and that's going to turn that thing north over the weekend up toward South Florida. And boy, what a great day today around Alabama. Temperatures in the 70s, low humidity, blue sky, sunshine. We stay great through Sunday. The weather here, no problem. Sunny, comfortable days, clear, cool nights. But this is the story. Here's the tropical trio, Katya, Irma, Jose. Katya coming into Mexico tonight. That is packing sustained winds now at 105 miles per hour, but no threat to Texas or any part of the United States. This is Jose, the system that's trailing Irma, that'll be skirting the northern Leeward Islands. This thing has winds of 150 miles per hour. This thing's a Category 4. And it gains latitude and then bends back to the northeast toward the middle of next week. And what happens from there? Well, let's take a look at the ensemble data coming from the GFS, and there's a chance it just loops around out there and goes nowhere for the next 10 to 15 days. So no threat to land anytime soon, but we'll keep a close eye on that. But obviously, this is the story. Irma packing sustained winds of 155 miles per hour, almost back up to Category 5 status. It goes through the eye wall replacement cycles and weakens a bit, strengthens a bit. We'll see fluctuations in intensity between now and landfall. The track of the Hurricane Center from the Hurricane Center not changing much. It comes in Sunday morning over the southwestern tip of Florida, comes right up the spine of Florida, and then weakens as a tropical depression coming through Georgia and winds up in Tennessee near Nashville Wednesday morning. And again, we stress the bad side is along and east of the circulation center. The good side is to the west. That's where we are in Alabama. But down in the peninsula, everybody's going to have problems. Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Sarasota, Fort Myers, Naples, that's on the west coast side. Now, more than likely, the most severe damage will be on the Atlantic coast, but again, this thing's going to be very close to them, and it's going to be a very rough ride. There could be structural damage, widespread power outages over there on the west coast. The east coast, again, they're going to just have an extremely rough ride. Look at modeling. This is the tropical models, good agreement. And it just kind of gets lost up in North Georgia, Northeast Alabama, Tennessee, and ultimately should fizzle out there. Here's a look at the ensemble data coming off the GFS, and the same thing. The mean kind of shifts it up to West Virginia. The latest run moves it on to the east. But the bottom line is it's going to fizzle out somewhere over North Georgia, Tennessee, Northeast Alabama. This is the expected rain as a result of Irma, and the really big amounts well to the east of Alabama. In fact, in Alabama, you can see no rain expected for places like Demopolis and Mobile and Gulf Shores, Camden, Evergreen, Monroeville, Jackson, Grove Hill, Selma. Rain mainly over north and east Alabama, heaviest rain on the eastern side of the state. Some spots there maybe getting 2 inches. And again, in the Florida Panhandle, no rain expected for Pensacola, Navarre Beach, Destin, Fort Walton Beach. Panama City might see some rain. But again, the big rains will be east of there. This is the surge watch and warning map, the storm surge. Storm surge warnings in effect on both the Gulf Coast and the Atlantic coast of Florida down there in the southern part of the state. And a storm surge watch is in effect basically north of Melbourne. And in addition to everything else, they could see a few tornadoes in the spiral bands as Irma approaches. This is the convective outlook for tomorrow and tomorrow night. The standard slight risk over South Florida. And this is day 3, which is Sunday, all of Florida in a marginal risk. And again, obviously, isolated tornadoes might be the last of their problems, but still just keep in mind as a possibility. So let's go through the deterministic runs. This is the GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. And this is at 500 millibars, troughing over the northeast. This is 2 o'clock Eastern. Irma is sitting just off the north coast of Cuba. Sunday, it comes in over the southern tip of the state, maybe far southwest Florida, crossing the Florida Keys. Again, that's 2 o'clock Eastern. This is Monday at 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Central. The circulation of Irma is on the Florida-Georgia state line to the west of Jacksonville. And again, rain could be creeping into southeast Alabama. It'll be obviously very breezy on Monday. We've got a Monday night, just after midnight. Circulation center is southeast of Atlanta. And again, rain is likely for parts of north and east Alabama. It's going to be windy. Winds in Alabama probably in the 20 to 30 mile per hour bracket, close to the Georgia state line with higher gusts. But again, we are on the good side, the west side. No tornado threat. No tornado threat. That's going to be along and east of the center. And this is Tuesday at midday. What's left of the thing is located near Chattanooga, Tennessee. And again, we'll maintain a chance of rain. It'll be breezy on Tuesday for the northern half of the state. Notice Florida, no rain at all on Tuesday. The Gulf Coast, beautiful weather as they get into dry air. And then Wednesday, the thing just kind of fizzles out and maybe a few lingering showers. Let's check the European 12Z run. This is valid Saturday, tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern. This thing's on the north coast of Cuba. And that's one question. What about the interaction with land? Will that weaken this thing? That's the best possible thing we can hope for. This is Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock Eastern. It's coming up over the southwestern coast of Florida, crossing the Florida Keys. News not good for Key West and the Keys. This is Monday at 2 o'clock Eastern. The circulation is sitting on the Florida-Georgia line. Very good agreement with the GFS. Very good agreement with the Hurricane Center track. Monday night, the circulation center is south of Atlanta. And this is bringing some pretty decent rain as far west as Birmingham, maybe 1 inch, 1 to 2 inches. Just a possibility. Clearly, it's going to be windy again Monday night into Tuesday. And then this is Tuesday. The circulation weakens greatly over Tennessee. And we'll mention breezy conditions with a chance of rain. But for Alabama, the key rain for the northern and eastern counties with Irma should be late Monday night, maybe Tuesday morning. And the winds should diminish by Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, I guess we could mention the chance of a lingering shower, but most of it should be over by then. This is the European showing the precipitation expected with Irma. And it's actually got a 20-inch bullseye. I don't think it can rain that much, but I guess it might. The 20-inch bullseye is actually down around the Florida Keys. In Alabama, and again, I think no rain at all for Mobile, Pensacola, Gulf Shores, Destin, Fort Walton Beach. The really big rains, it's going to be a sharp cutoff. It's probably the rainy area is going to start near or east of Panama City, down toward Port St. Joe, where they might pick up 2-3 inches of rain there. But again, the really big numbers will be on the Atlantic coast side of Florida. All right, so let's take a look at the end of the forecast period. This is Monday, September 18th, and ridging is beginning to build. And down below that, that looks like a dry, warm day. Check the numbers coming off the GFS, and pretty interesting to know. Look what happens on Tuesday. The GFS actually drops the high in Birmingham to 62. And it is not out of the question for that to happen with the tropical system being involved. We're not going to go quite that low in the forecast, but it's a possibility. But clearly it's going to be a breezy, cool period in there. And then after that, we warm back up. By the following weekend, highs likely go back in the mid-80s. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here, my next video will be Monday morning at 7 o'clock. Brian Peters, the man that looks like Colonel Sanders, has the video updates tomorrow and Sunday. If you can't catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.
AC broken? Just call KS Services Heating and Air. All Bryant energy efficient systems come with a 5-year labor warranty, and our fair price guarantee means that we'll always give you 3 quotes for every situation. Just call KS Services Heating and Air today.